Your dad never wanted you. My ex-wife told our children for 12 years. Then my daughter knocked on my door holding a box that destroyed every lie her mother had ever told. 12 years is a long time to be called a deadbeat father. Long enough for people to stop asking questions. Long enough for neighbors to whisper when you walk by. Long enough for your own children to grow into adults believing you're the villain. My name is Daniel. I'm 50 years old now. But 12 years ago, I lost my wife. And somehow I lost my children too. Our marriage had been falling apart for years. Nothing dramatic. No affairs. No violence. Just constant arguments. Money. Stress. Different dreams. Eventually, we both agreed divorce was the healthiest option. At least, that's what I thought. We had 2 children. Lily was 9. Ethan was 7. When the divorce was finalized, the judge awarded my ex-wife, Melissa, primary custody. I received visitation every other weekend, Wednesday evenings, alternating holidays, and half the summer. It wasn't perfect, but I promised my kids something the day I moved out. No matter where I live, I'll never stop being your dad. Lily hugged me so tightly I could barely breathe. Ethan cried into my shirt. I remember driving away from the house that evening with tears blurring the road. I thought the hardest part was over. I was wrong. The first weekend I was supposed to pick them up, Melissa texted me, "Lily has the flu. Better not risk it." I believed her. The following weekend, Ethan has a birthday party. Then, they're staying with my parents. Then, they're busy. Every visit came with another excuse. I asked to speak with the kids. They're sleeping. They're doing homework. They don't want to talk right now. Weeks turned into months. Eventually, the phone stopped ringing altogether. I filed paperwork with family court. The judge ordered Melissa to follow the custody agreement. She nodded politely in court, then ignored it the moment she got home. Every violation meant another hearing, another attorney's bill, another 6 months of waiting. Meanwhile, my children were growing up without me. I sent birthday cards, Christmas presents, letters, postcards from every work trip. Every single package was sent with delivery confirmation. Every birthday, every Christmas, every graduation, every achievement I heard about through relatives. I wrote. I never missed one. Most of them came back unopened. Some disappeared entirely. Still, I kept writing, because I wanted my children to know I'd never stop trying. Around the 3rd year, I drove past Melissa's house on Christmas Eve. I know I shouldn't have. I just wanted to see the lights, maybe catch a glimpse of the kids opening presents through the window. Instead, I watched Melissa step onto the porch. She spotted my truck, walked to the edge of the driveway, and shouted loud enough for the neighbors to hear, "Stop stalking us. I told the kids you abandoned them. They don't want anything to do with you." The curtains moved. 2 small faces appeared in the upstairs window. Lily and Ethan. They looked down at me, not with excitement, not with relief, with anger. Lily slowly closed the curtain. I drove away before either of them could see me crying. After that, I stopped driving by, but I never stopped writing. 12 birthdays, 12 Christmases, 12 Father's Days spent alone. Then one Saturday morning, my doorbell rang. I opened the door expecting a delivery driver. Instead, a young woman stood there holding a worn cardboard box. She looked strangely familiar. Green eyes, the same freckles she'd had as a little girl. My heart stopped. "Lily," she nodded. Neither of us spoke for several seconds. Then she quietly held out the box. "I think these belong to you." I looked inside. Every birthday card, every Christmas letter, every postcard, every photograph I'd ever mailed, still sealed, still unopened. There had to be more than 100 envelopes. My hands started shaking. "Where did you get these?" She looked down. "I found them in Mom's attic yesterday." Couldn't breathe. I thought you never wanted them." Tears filled her eyes. "Mom told us you stopped writing after the divorce." I reached into the box and picked up a blue envelope addressed to Lily on her 10th birthday. The postage stamp was faded. The envelope had never been opened. Then she whispered the sentence that broke my heart all over again. "I didn't know you spent 12 years trying to find us." She told me everything. A week earlier, Melissa had decided to sell the house. While cleaning the attic, Lily found several dusty storage bins labeled with our names. Inside were every card I'd ever sent, every birthday gift that could fit in a box, even stuffed animals I'd mailed when they were little. Nothing had ever reached them. Then she found another folder. Court documents. Judges ordering Melissa to let me see my children. Certified letters from my attorney. Printouts showing I'd paid child support every single month. Receipts for birthday presents. Copies of emails begging to see my kids. One handwritten note from me simply read, "Please, tell them I love them." Melissa had never shown them any of it. Instead, she'd spent 12 years telling them I'd abandoned them because I'd started a new family. The truth? I never remarried, never had more children, couldn't bear the thought. Lily told me she confronted her mother that night. At first, Melissa denied everything. Then Lily showed her the box, the court papers, the unopened letters. Finally, Melissa admitted the truth. She said she was afraid that if the kids kept seeing me, they'd love you more than me. One selfish decision had stolen 12 years from all of us. A few days later, Ethan came to see me too. He walked into my house, looked around awkwardly, then hugged me so hard I nearly lost my balance. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I thought you didn't want us." I hugged him back. "You never had anything to apologize for." We spent the entire weekend opening 12 years' worth of letters together. Some made us laugh. Some made us cry. There was a birthday card predicting Lily would become a veterinarian. She laughed through tears. "I actually am one." Another letter wished Ethan luck at his first baseball game. He smiled sadly. "I hit a home run that day. You would have loved it." "I know," I said quietly. "I wish I'd been there." Melissa eventually admitted in court that she'd intentionally withheld my letters, gifts, and parenting time for years. The judge didn't mince words. He called it one of the most deliberate cases of parental alienation he'd ever seen. Although my children were adults by then and custody was no longer an issue, the court ordered Melissa to reimburse a substantial portion of my legal fees and formally documented her repeated violations of the custody orders. But no court could give us back 12 birthdays, or 12 Christmas mornings, or 12 years of ordinary moments we'd lost forever. Today, Lily calls me every Sunday. Ethan drops by to watch football almost every weekend. Last Father's Day, they surprised me with a scrapbook. They'd carefully opened every letter I'd ever written and arranged them in order. On the very last page, they'd added one sentence of their own. "You never abandoned us. Someone just tried to make us believe you did." I cried harder reading that page than I had the day they were born. Because after 12 years of being called a father who walked away, my children finally knew the truth. I never stopped coming back. They were just never allowed to see me standing at the door.